it's Emma and Carrie from the Wellbeing Centre for Learning.
And we are on our Creating a Successful Life series. We're now on episode 5, where we're looking at releasing the power of goal setting. It's a really exciting area, and it's where it actually makes your big idea. So in episode 3, we did the big think. So we thought big. So now what we need to do is work backwards, and we need to break that down into stepping stones that we can use, that we can achieve our big thoughts on. So I'm now going to pass you over to Emma, because she's our expert on SMART goals. I'm going to pass you over now. Thanks, Ems.
Yeah, it's my passion, isn't it? Do you know what? Caroline will probably fairly bored of me talking about goal setting, because it is something that I probably say quite a bit of, really, isn't it?
It is. It's one of your mantras, to be fair, Emma.
So this is a real passion of mine. I think the techniques that I've learned over the years, and the ones that I find that work really well, is what is called SMART goal setting. So it gives you a specific goal. It gives you something that you can measure it. So it keeps you in, I suppose, on track to make sure you're achieving it, which is the next bit for the A. You're making sure in testing it when you're setting the goal that it is actually achievable and that you can do it. Realistic, is it something that's in the realms of realism? So if you're wanting to maybe fly to Mars, is that something that's realistic? So you might go back to your goal and readjust it a little. It's not impossible, but maybe not quite realistic yet. Science probably needs to progress a little bit further yet, doesn't it? And then time bound, and it's actually creating that time around a measurable goal. And Carrie just touched on it then in terms of actually breaking it down. So you often hear in the world of coaching about chunking it up and chunking it down, which doesn't sound that delightful, really. However, what it does do is it allows you to actually break down your goal into measurable tasks. And in the end, those tasks help you move forward to achieve your goal in your timeline that you're working on, but also you can adjust it as you're going as well. So what it can do is, we've just been talking and laughing because I've just set a goal that we were talking about going living near the sea, weren't we?
Yes.
Or the ocean. And how that we need to actually set a goal and create that and make it more measurable and break it down into daily tasks. So that is our next objective, isn't it, to make sure that we can do that. But there's many, many, many different areas in life that you can use SMART goal setting, and it is a fundamental part of driving that success through your mindset change, through taking 100% responsibility for what you're doing. So setting goals allows you to achieve, keeps you on track to where you want to be going, gives you the clarity, it gives you the resources that you're going to need, because not always when you're setting a goal can you do it alone. Sometimes there are things that you need to learn, sometimes there's different people that you need to get involved, there may be different skills that you need to learn or bring in different skills. So there's many different facets to what you're doing in terms of actually breaking down.
There's finances as well, isn't there? So, there might be something that you might have to save for, so you can put those goals in to save for that money to be able to facilitate it. So it is looking at the whole of it, isn't it? And seeing every part of the puzzle that you need to do before you can get to that end goal, that big think moment.
Yeah, it is. And even in daily life, there's things that you can use SMART goals for as well. So we can take it and we can just expand on taking it through starting up a business or growing a business. But even things like there's, I suppose at the moment there's quite a talk around losing weight and getting fit and feeling fitter. And those things that you can be quite specific about the goal that you want to be in terms of losing weight. So you want to be a set size or a set weight. So it is very sort of specific in terms of what you want to do. Is it measurable? Absolutely, because you can daily, weekly, monthly, however you want to record it, you can see that timeline of weight loss or gain, depending on what's happening, or static. Is it achievable? Well, it is if you can put the right measures in place to make sure that you can achieve those that weight loss. Is it realistic? Yes. You've obviously been that weight maybe before, and or you know that you're able to get to that weight. You're wanting to lose weight maybe because you're overweight, so therefore you know that you need to lose weight to get to the weight that's sensible, and it might be through doctor's advice or just your own personal need to want to lose weight. And can you make it time bound? Absolutely, you can make it time bound. But again, it goes back to testing it. Is it realistic? Is it achievable? Is it measurable? Is it specific enough? And you can keep on working back through all the layers of smart goal setting, so you can keep on moving it forward. And therefore you can chunk it down. So there's things that you would look at on a daily basis, and that can be around diet and exercise, that can be around the environmental side of what you're doing at the moment. Can you increase exercise? Can you decrease it? What is it that you need to do and change? Is there more activity you can do? So you can actually break it down into daily tasks and then look at it over a month and reassess what
it's like looking at sort of like where the weight's concerned, how you would probably break that down, and things that you would look at is you'd probably write sort of your food diaries ahead, so then you would order your food in. So there'd be a chronology to it as well. So you'd have to start kind of at the beginning of when you're ordering the food in process. So you would have to design your menus and understand the calories that are in there, and the type of diet you're on, and then build up to ordering the food, cooking the food, and planning those daily eats, and also your daily exercise. So there is a chronology to it as well, isn't there, when you start sort of breaking it down?
Other expertise or resources that you may need. So you may need to want to invest in equipment. You may want to invest in personal trainer, or even working with like holistic therapists, where you can again work through changing those mindsets, so you can start looking and thinking about yourself differently. So there's many different facets to your goal setting, and that's what your SMART goals deliver in the end. So you get to that point where you've achieved what you set out to achieve, and it's all that combination of everything that you need to get to it. So if you were thinking, like, if you take it as another example, where you're wanting to set up your own business, and it's putting that plan really in place. I'm a great fan of mind maps and mind mapping out a business idea. So you start with the core part of what the business is going to be, and then you extrapolate it out into different strands, so marketing, finance, team, customers, service, what services you're going to provide, and you can then all of a sudden IT, what infrastructure you're going to need in order to create that business and start planning it out. And then also who you need to talk to. Do you need to get money from the bank? Can you fund it yourself? You're starting to get costs around how much maybe a website takes to design, or what customer base. You can start looking at your customer base and who you're going to market and sell to. You refine your products that you're going to sell. So all of a sudden your mind map then becomes back to your goals of actually being able to break it down into daily, weekly, monthly, 6 monthly, annual tasks, because that's what it actually feeds back into, creating a timeline and time plan. And that is fundamentally what goal setting is about. It is to help you move forward with your ambitions and your ideas and your big think plans, but making it so that it doesn't overwhelm us. And I think sometimes what we feel like is we get an idea and it's like, I don't know where to start. It's in my head. Oh my goodness. It's overwhelming. I don't actually know what more to do.
And that's where most people stop, isn't it? They have they think big, they have the big idea, and then they are, it seems so big that that's where they stop. So and quite a lot of people do that, and that's why their dreams and their goals never actually become a reality, because they don't know the next steps to how to break that down, how to design that, how that looks. And a good way is to get a really good coach to help you facilitate that if you're struggling, and to break that down into the to-do list. Because you might even think government grants, there might be areas that you might not have even considered that you could get help with, that would help out sort of the financial side of starting up a business. Or you might find that actually you can have an idea that's more sort of IT based, that's got more of a low capital setup. So you can play around with ideas as well. It's not set in stone. You can revisit and re-look at that mind map and that plan, and it can facilitate new ideas, can't it? There can be really strong light bulb moments during that process where you go, oh wow, what if it looked like this, or what if it could be this? So
smart goals come in because you can adjust as you're going through, and that's why the importance of it being daily, weekly, monthly tasks is because actually you start adjusting it according to as to where you are on that journey. And I know that some people think this is extreme, but I work and plan through 10 years from a goal point of view, and what I want to do and where I want to be, and what I want to be achieving. But that to some people seems too enormous. How can you possibly scale a goal from 10 years to bring it back into the here and now? And it is so easy to do. It's just once you start and sit and plan and map it out, you can break it into those sizable chunks. But you're right, Carrie, most people will fall at the first hurdle. They'll have the idea and that's it. Just goes no further than that.
So, I've got a client, and, they literally, I know that they've gone, right, I want to do this. This is my big idea. And then the block's gone up because they went, I don't know how I can afford to do that. So idea gone. No, it's not actually, because like Emma said, is you can have 10-year plans. So you can save a lot of money in 10 years. You can, if you've got a time scale over a decent time scale, most things can be achievable if you break it down, and if you plan. If you plan everything, you're more likely to succeed and reach those milestones.
That's exactly it. If you start today, like with anything, you start planning and you start building those objectives and you start breaking it down, you're on the journey to doing it rather than sitting and thinking about it. And that fundamentally is different. And even if you get to 10 years down the line and it isn't exactly what you thought 10 years ago, but what you will have surely done was move forward with that plan. And life has, curveballs in it, so it can change and it can adjust. But you're going to be further on in achieving what you want to achieve than not doing any planning or any goal setting. And that you touched on it just then as well. I think you said vision. Did you say vision or vision boards? But another big thing for me is vision boards, and I think we touched on it in one of the other episodes. I don't know if it was episode 2 or 3. But vision board, again, if that's how you can relate to a project and that's how you can relate to what the end product or business or your weight loss is going to look like, then build a vision board. Because if it's pictorial and words and images that you want to see that make you feel better, then and to help you gain that control over the goal, then do it. And make sure it's in a prominent position. So if it's a weight loss thing, then stick it on your fridge or in the kitchen, or somewhere you go into that room every day so you see it. And do the same, even if it's a business idea, if it's in your office, have it hung on the wall or have it on your desk so that you can see and regularly see where you want to be.
And a lot of people carry sort of have it in a wallet, so they have like a little kind of piece of paper, don't they? That's their carryable vision around, and it is about it's keep going back to how it feels to be there already. How does that feel? How do you think you will feel in when you've achieved what you want to achieve? And it's very important to be mindful of that and to keep refocusing back to that.
Your mind is it's just such a powerful tool in all of this. And as you start to understand and start working with the power of your mind, it really is, it's endless as to what you can achieve. and that imagery and that reinforcing of that visual imagery that you can see, subconsciously you're taking it in all the time. You might not realize it, but your mind is taking that thoughts, those feelings of what that vision is that you're looking to achieve.
So that's episode 5. So what we would suggest is that you go away. You've already sort of had that big think moment, and you've looked at the areas of life that you want to improve. So we're bringing it all together now. So the next step now is to create yourself a vision board or a mind map. Yeah. Try and look at how you can break this down to make this goal and dream in your life achievable and make you a success.
We've got all this info on our website. So we've written, I don't know how many blogs we've written on this, but there's
very many.
But the goal setting one, especially the SMART goals, is there on the website. It's got it. There's a video that you can watch to keep you on track and to keep you in line. There's also a resource on there to even just start chunking down all the points that we've just discussed with your goals. So there's actually a PDF plan on the website as well.
Brilliant. And if you'd like to contact us, you can also contact us through the website too. So we look forward to hearing your SMART goals. Well, take care, and we look forward to seeing you on episode 6, where we're going to talk about positive affirmations. Bye. Bye.